Okay, this lovely. Now, the finish, it's like a Leica, precision, soft. It's a film reminder, only tells you what film you have in it. Of course, it only goes up to ASA 100. This is the film counter. Set it after you load it with this little wheel here. This is a funny little rangefinder. Now, it's not coupled, but it would help you with the zone focusing. Now, I thought that the pieces was missing, but it seems to be working fine. So you advance the film, you have to do it like twice, and then here's the shutter. And the shutter on this one works fine. Now, the lens, when I got it, was pretty stiff. So I confess, I put a little bit of WD-40 in there. Now it's smooth as silk. This one has stepped apertures. I'll give you a look at the shutter here. Set on 1 second there. See, it goes from B all the way up to 300. Now this one seems to be working fine. This is an L39 lens, so it's a different flange distance than Leica, but I will be able to use it on mirrorless once I figure out the correct flange distance and use the adapters. Now, it's just so beautifully made and small. This is how you put the film in. To lift this up, lift that up, insert the cassette, hook that back down, put this across, make sure it's engaged with the cog, insert it there. Just the amount of detail is really cool because, for example, this spindle for the rewind, it moves freely. So a lot of cameras, when you're advancing the film, this would move along with the film as it's being advanced. But no, here, that is free, but it only becomes engaged when you pull this up to rewind the film. Then it becomes engaged. So it's just little thoughtful things like that. It's like a clock almost. It's precision. Now this is the one that's in better shape. I've got both of these at a really good price from on German eBay. I couldn't pass them up. I will have to shoot a roll of film. I mean, the lenses alone are worth what I paid for the cameras, but you'd have to shoot a roll of film. Ah, look at me. Here I'm saying it's precision, and I'm putting it together improperly. Careful now. There we go. Another thing is, I don't see a serial number anywhere on this. But even just as a thing to look at and hold, it's lovely. Looks like there's flying buttresses here and everything. So that's number one. Now this other one here, this is an earlier model. You can see it doesn't have the rangefinder. And in a way I like the styling better, just because it's even smaller. It's, this one, you roll it once and then twice till it stops. Same thing, film indicator. It's also really nice the way they have, you can do your zone focusing here. You know, for example, this one it's not stepped, it's just free flowing. Let's say you're at f11. You know, and you're looking to picture your friend and they're, say, 2 meters away. I don't know, where are we at? Everything between 3 meters and, anyway, you get the idea. All that's going to be in focus, whatever stop you're at. Now, the only, unfortunately, this one here, the shutter seems to function, but, say there's 300. Unfortunately, if you go to the slower speeds, you don't feel it engaging. And you go to 1 second, it's not 1 second. It's what, maybe a 20th or something. Now, B still works. So I don't know if any of you out there knows about repairing this type of shutter, whether it's possible. I wouldn't dare to take this thing apart because it's like a clock. But I'm sure I could shoot a roll through this and just shoot it at, say, 300 or 100 and just vary the aperture. Oh, like you said, the thing is, if you cock it once like a regular camera, it doesn't fire, you would have to do it 1.5 times. This lens is even smaller. As you can see, this is a stable kata 2.845, and this is a Casserit 2.845 Steinhell Munich. So just a little introduction. I mean, I couldn't pass them up. Oh, the only other thing about this older one is, unfortunately, when you take the bottom off to load it, it looks like this ring got pulled out of there. So you wouldn't want to lose that. But it's the same as the other one, but cosmetically better shape. But the shutter is faulty. So there you go. Anyway, hope you enjoy that.